I don't have it in me for some kind of quad triangle between Tomas and Kat and Eva and Izaiah. I really don't think I have it in me. What is up, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers? It's time to talk about another episode of the show. Today's Thursday episode, which unfortunately was certainly a filler episode, which sometimes it feels like most episodes these days are filler, unfortunately. But let's get into it. We had Naomi heading to work early today. Jacob was trying to make her breakfast. They ended up talking about how Bill's already going to be back in the office. Again, like I've been saying last week and this week, it's becoming very absurd that Bill actually doesn't take his health seriously. Like, I get that he's stubborn. I get that he's dumb when it comes to Haley. But then you combine both of those things, and the character just looks bad. But Naomi talking about how the hospital probably didn't even clear Bill. Bill cleared himself to work. Jacob concerned that Bill is already going back to work. And of course, Naomi is as well. Doesn't think her father should come back to work. Should just work from home at the very least. But not stubborn Bill Hamilton. June actually came in to see Bill in Bill's office today. Was looking for Naomi. She needs help with a friend because one of her friend's landlords is increasing the rent, even though it's a rent-stabilized building. Bill ends up giving June his card, saying that he will tell Naomi everything and that he knows June is important to his daughter. And so he's going to do this favor for June. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad that June has something different going on. It's not exactly riveting or dramatic, but we can't really get those kinds of storylines on this show, I guess. Naomi gets to the office, and of course we have to hear the spiel that Naomi is worried that Bill is back to work already. They then discuss June's case. I guess something this all showed is that Bill really does have a heart. He really did need a pacemaker because he really does have a heart. He showed that today where June is concerned. Ted ran into Carlton, who was in a daze after his night with Heather last night. Carlton talking about how he feels like he's walking on air. He expanded his horizons. He was really enjoying talking about his night with Heather. Nicole ended up interrupting. Nicole realized, Carlton walked away, and then Nicole said she realizes that Ted doesn't want to tell her what he and Carlton were gossiping about. Nicole teasing that they were gossiping like teenage girls. They then started talking about Kat, because I guess Kat wants to talk to Nicole, and Nicole's concerned what that's about. Nicole wonders if Kat wants to talk about relationship problems, which kind of brought some light to Ted's eyes, because I guess there's some wishful thinking with both Ted and Nicole that the Kat and Tomas relationship not work out, seeing as Tomas slept with both of Ted's daughters, which is true. Later, Ted and Carlton also talked about Heather again, the mystery woman. Carlton had a lot of fun, but Carlton did mention that he didn't get a number or a name, but it was such a great night. So Carlton and Heather had a great night. That's all we know about their little fling after yesterday's episode. Tomas and Kat were having breakfast. Well, actually, Izaiah, we'll talk about Izaiah first. Izaiah was flirting with Eva, enjoying what she was wearing to the gym. She did look good in her leggings, but Izaiah was trying to be more easygoing about Eva going to work out. This is like one of her first workouts since her surgery. He still wants Eva to take it easy. That was really all there. And then Izaiah and Jacob met up at Orphe Jean's, and June ends up talking to them. And then they end up talking about how Darlene wants a family dinner and wants Izaiah there. Izaiah has been apprehensive about these family dinners because of his father. They do at least, I guess, continue to expand the Hawthorne family, but it's another thing that could use some more real drama. Tomas and Kat were out for breakfast, and they were talking about how Bill is already back in the office too. That was definitely a big subject today. They talked about Naomi and Mike and that whole meeting and how Tomas was doing the most, even though Tomas is saying he was just doing it to try and help Madison. Tomas is sad when Kat receives a text message from Nicole because she wants to go have a conversation with her mom. She realizes that he's sad, but she says that he's the one that left their get-together the last time they were together. Of course, when Kat leaves, Eva was coming in to work out, sees Tomas alone. They end up talking. Tomas ranting about Naomi and Eva being a listening, helpful ear. Eva, who was supposed to be going there to work out, sure was super chatty with Tomas. Eva learned that Kat didn't go to Puerto Rico with him and that his mom wanted to know why he's not engaged to Kat yet. And then Tomas going on about how he has missed being able to just talk to Eva about anything. I'm concerned. I don't know if this is the show circling back to these two for some reason. This show just can't let Tomas go. Just get rid of this character. I don't think Tomas has ever truly brought anything special to this damn show. And I don't have it in me for some kind of quad triangle between Tomas and Kat and Eva and Izaiah. I really don't think I have it in me. Anyway, after their conversation, though, Tomas goes to work to find Naomi in Bill's office, of course, and Bill pushes back his work with Tomas so he could work with Naomi. Of course, Bill has always wanted to work with his daughter. Now he's getting to, and Tomas does feel like he's being shoved aside. I wish I could say I was more invested in this whole work story with Tomas, but I am not. Kat did go to see Nicole. Kat did bring up Tomas and how he stepped in it the other day, talking about Tomas getting involved with the whole Naomi and Mike and Madison stuff with Madison's case. Nicole saying the implication from Tomas was that Naomi isn't qualified and there could have been some sexism there, frankly. But then Kat changed the subject to the next chelseakat bag and how they want to name the next bag after Nicole. But they can't use Nicole because that's taken. So she did try to get Nicole to agree to the name Nikki, saying they could give it a new meaning. Nicole says hard pass, and yes, she doesn't want that to be the name because she associates it with Leslie, which I guess is understandable from Nicole, although she's also kind of acting like a teenager in my opinion. But Nicole also learned that Kat and Izaiah have become friends, and that maybe they could be better friends when Izaiah breaks up with Eva. Nicole asked if there is a reason that Kat thinks that may happen, and Kat says because of Eva's personality. Duh. Again, kind of teasing that there's going to be something with Kat and Izaiah, which I don't want to see. Nicole then talked to Ted again, asking if Carlton feels resentment with her, if she should reach out, and Ted says, don't worry about Carlton. He's doing just fine, and that Carlton has moved on. Lastly, Kat ends up running into Jacob and Izaiah at Orphe Jeans, but Jacob has to go, which of course leaves Kat and Izaiah alone. Kat was venting to Izaiah about Nicole rejecting the Nikki bag, that whole idea. I feel like the show wanted to show us today that Eva's a good sounding board for Tomas, and that Izaiah is a good sounding board for Kat, and that Kat and Tomas don't really have that kind of connection. In the end, when they're still discussing bag ideas, Izaiah and Kat are really laughing it up, having a good old time when Eva walks in to see them laughing and is certainly concerned about it. I'm assuming in the next episode is when Eva's going to be jealous. We saw that at the end of last week with the preview. Again, I will say, I do not want to see Eva and Kat involved in another triangle. Not a quad triangle this time. None of that, please. I really think I would have to fast forward through that storyline because I don't have it in me. Why can't we find better storylines for Kat and Eva? They could be the two best characters on this show, but the writers continue to write them in the least riveting ways possible, and I don't have it in me to do another triangle or quad triangle with both of those characters.